I'm a very happy man today. And why did I say that? Because I have peace. Financially, I'm very stable because I have my own business. My love life is blessed because I'm married to a woman of God. Spiritually, I'm very strong. I overcome any problems that may appear before me. But it wasn't always like this. It was very tough at the beginning. When my first marriage broke down, I became depressed. I became alcoholic. I was hooked on alcohol, drugs, gambling, all kind of addiction. And that got me into a lot of trouble. I ended up owing people 43,000 pounds, which I couldn't find a way out of that. And that's how I came to the church. And I got an immediate help, advice, what to do, how to use my faith to overcome all this problem, that God could help me. I said, okay, I was ready to do anything. So the first thing I started doing was to make a chain of prayers to be set free from whatever spirit was behind all these problems. So I was coming on Fridays for my deliverance, and Monday for my financial breakthrough to be free from all these debts, and Wednesday to get to know God, to learn the Word of God and how to put it into practice. And I was doing this for years. But what I noticed was within the first 7 weeks of the chain of prayers, I gave up gambling. And the drug, I was not too eager to go for drugs because I could see the improvement in my financial life. I got a good job. And because I was sweating for this money, I didn't feel to spend it on drugs. I was reluctant. I gave up alcohol. The last thing I gave up was cigarette. So that is through practicing what I learned from the church, making purposes of faith. The most important thing to really set you free is sacrifice. You should be ready to sacrifice. I've come a long way, but I will advise people who found themselves in the same situation to seek for help, and you have nothing to lose. You can only go up. Listen to the advice, make chains of prayers, put into practice what you learn from the church, and trust in God by making constant sacrifices, and He will transform your life.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's Finding Answers. Starting the program tonight asking you this question: do you feel at this point in your life that you're stuck in a rut? That no matter what you do to achieve your goals, to change a situation you're not happy about, to bring some positive things to your life, to your career, to your health, finances, but despite of your efforts and all your good intentions, you're trapped to a pattern of negativity, to bad things keep happening to you, and there's no explanation why. It's like you're not happy about what's going on, and maybe for a while you can take one or even two steps forward, but right after that something happens. It's like an invisible hand comes and whacks you all the way back to square one again, where you are unhappy, you are frustrated, you are back into that old bad habit again. So in a situation like this, you who are watching us now, and this is a reality to you in this moment, how do you break free? Is it possible to break free? That's tonight's topic for Finding Answers. And we want to say to you straight away that of course it is. And we are not only here saying it, but proving. We just watched a true life story of someone who has achieved change through the effort and faith. I said effort coupled with faith. Faith in God, faith in the scriptures, faith in what He says. So it is possible. If you want to try it, if you want to do it, then stay connected with us. Stay watching, because what you see will inspire you. Also, we have here the comments of Victoria, who's going to be speaking to us very soon about her ideas, her advice on tonight's subject, and a live guest. Someone who went through everything from health issues to severe financial problems and relationship problems, but was able to break free from all that by using these two elements: effort, taking the right steps, plus faith in God. How to do it is what you're going to be learning tonight. Let's watch this video that talks a little bit more in depth of what we're talking about tonight, breaking free, and we will come back giving you more details about this interesting topic: how can you break free?
Some people feel trapped or caged in their lives. We might feel trapped by our jobs, relationships, and financial circumstances. They feel like they don't have time to break free, or they are trapped in their own personal beliefs about their limitations or behaviours. But are some of us prone to feeling trapped? Do they actually search for safe situations and avoid change? At a conscious level, people who are prone to feeling trapped want to feel free and unrestricted. But unconsciously, they may have an affinity for the feelings of being trapped. So, even if they are given the opportunity to break free, they probably won't take it. But our inner critic will be telling us that we need change. We need to do something different. So there could be a clash between our inner critic and our inner passivity. People generally hesitate to break out of their sense of entrapment because of a fear of the unknown. They fear dire consequences for taking bold action and changing course. But this fear does tend to be irrational. For one thing, the future is always a big unknown. And this fear comes from intensified self-doubt, which is a symptom of inner passivity. One way to find out if you are trapped is to listen to your own recurring patterns of communication. Do you find yourself repeating yourself moaning about life? Is it about time that you started to take control? Can you open the door to your caged life? Can you break free?
The truth is that you can. And Victoria is with us tonight. Good evening, Victoria.
Good evening.
Your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, I suppose our topic, can you break free? It can be interpreted in a few ways, but there are many things that people may want to break free from in their life. And this could be their current relationship status, it could be an abusive partner, a financial problem, or just a mental barrier that we talked about the other week, actually. But whatever the issue, one of the main problems with breaking free from your current situation is that you might predict that you won't actually be able to break free, or that it just isn't worth the conflict that might arise from you initiating change. And this could be because you've experienced negative feedback trying to make changes in the past, and that leaves you with a sense of dread about being able to break free from your current situation. But if you truly weigh up staying in the situation that you're with, and weigh that up against the possibility of starting a new life and changing the negative aspects of your life, for example, into the positive, then you could start to believe in yourself and then hopefully finally break free from your struggles.
That's right. You know, I just started the program picking one thing that I have seen happen a lot. People who want to make progress, they believe in positive things. However, despite the effort, they seem to always go back to the same old situation again. And you're saying that this creates like probably a negative prediction that if they try again, the same may happen. Is that right?
Yeah, it's like having a negative feedback loop. So they think that they're trying very hard, or mainly actually they think they're doing something differently, but they tend not to be. They might start something different, but this whole cycle just continues because it's all about habit formation. People very rarely do things that are out of their comfort zone. So they will continue to, like you said, take one step forward and then unfortunately 2 steps back.
So in your area of expertise, you are a psychologist, right? What would be one practical advice or something you could say to help someone who is watching us now struggling with this and who says, okay, I want to break free from this. I do not want to be predicting that something negative will repeat itself. What should they do? One thing they can do.
I think actually maybe keep a practical diary. People do this a lot when they start to maybe change their eating habits, but you could do this for anything, maybe the way that you talk to people, the way that you behave. And if you write things down, don't try and change anything to begin with, but write things down in the way that you actually face these problems. And then afterwards you can actually take a look and see the way that you approach your problems, and then maybe think about changing 1 or 2 steps next time you face an issue, so that you are actually very much changing your behavior, and then document that again.
Very good. You know, I would say if you're doing something, practically doing something to improve your life, to bring the positive changes in, even if you're not seeing big results, even if it's not working like a charm at first, but at least you're taking steps in the right direction. You're believing. You know, I believe in faith. I believe in God. I believe in faith. And one thing that God says that I love, that I remind myself of every day, that really helps me, and I hope it will help you too, is that all things are possible to those who believe. You know, I love this because, first of all, it says all things are possible. In other words, God is not limiting anything. If you need healing, it is possible if you believe. If you need to break free from this mold of frustration, insecurities, routine, maybe at this point your relationship is going very bad, your marriage is not doing well because routine is killing it little by little. So breaking the routine, getting help for your family maybe, some help for your children, that the conduct, the behavior is not really going the way that it should be. All things are possible. And it starts with you believing. So, you know, God didn't say that all things are possible to those who have a lot of money, or to those who are highly educated, or to those who have the hookups. In other words, they know the right people. All that you need to do is to believe. It's not that hard to decide. Belief is a decision. It's not, you know, your feelings, your emotions don't necessarily have to play along with it. If they do, that's great. If they don't, so for your happiness' sake, you have to be callous to those negative emotions, the emotions that are not helping, that are getting in the way of you believing. Be callous to them, make a conscious decision. Okay, these are the kind of feelings that I cannot afford to be paying attention to right now, because I have to believe. And I don't know how. Maybe you can figure out how. You don't have to. You know, leave that to God. Just believe. Give it a try. The reason why I'm holding this is because our lines are open and you can start calling us right now. If you need inspiration, you need advice, you need a prayer, whatever the situation may be, whatever area of your life you need to break free from the problem and overcome, why not give us a call? Let us help you. You can simply give us a call. Here we have names of people who have called us before from previous programs. We're going to be praying for you in the end of tonight's show. We have Bishop Gian with us tonight, who will soon also be here with us, giving you practical advice and helping us pray for you. 0207-686-6300. Our advisors are waiting to take your call right now. You can find us on Facebook, also Finding Answers. Finding Answers. You do a search there, you will find us. You can send us an email to help@findinganswers.tv. You can access our website in the address that Victoria will give right now, because I didn't memorize everything.
So our website is www.findinganswers.tv, and also we have Twitter. You can send us a tweet. Just start your tweets with @FindAnswersTV. And did you mention Instagram?
No, I did not.
No, you can look at our pictures on Instagram. Just search for Finding Answers.
Talk about teamwork, my friends. We're going to go to the break and come back right away.
been steering killer drones searching for assets. Missiles won't reach Syria for several months.
This is your UCKG timetable. We are open 7 days a week, helping you to make a new beginning. Monday, a meeting focused on achieving more in your financial life. Tuesday, prayers for healing. Wednesday, a meeting teaching you to develop in your spiritual life. Thursday, a special prayer for the family. Friday, a service for your spiritual deliverance. Saturday, Find the One, a service specifically tailored for your love life. Sunday, Reconnect with God, the main meeting for your spiritual strength.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight our topic is, can you break free? Now it's time to go to the general public on the streets of London to see what they have to say about this topic.
Definitely depression is probably number one.
They're arguing and they're talking negatively about each other.
What is more valuable than another? And so
you can have as many friends and families as you want. It just depends.
Is a common regret, like, oh, like I should have like asked that person out, or like.
Hi, I'm Chika here on Streets of London for Finding Answers. Researchers have found that 69% of us feel unhappy and trapped in our lives. So I'm going to be asking the general public just what they think about this and how they think we can break free. Let's see what they say. What do you do to break free when you feel like you've been in a routine too long?
Well, since we're a couple, we normally like to go out, just walk and wander about, see what's happening, because normally we just sit at home watching TV every night, so I like to go out and just see what's out there.
Just try doing something different. You talk to people and ask them what they do and how do they have fun, and just, you know, try to kind of imitate them and steal from them their fun.
I think it's very important to find some sort of hobby, for example, sports, so you can balance yourself and get to yourself. That's very important. Or some spiritual stuff like meditation or sports. That's actually what I do.
Very interested opinions from the people in the streets of London. However, maybe you are watching us and you say, but I have tried everything. I'm not a negative person. I believe that things can change. I believe that there can be a positive outcome. However, despite of all the things that I have tried, that I have experimented, maybe you tried religions, you tried therapy, you spoke to people, you tried relationships, and no matter what you do, you know, you're in this situation where you are unhappy with what's going on. And you're concerned because, you know, the time is going by, time is passing, and it's something that you do not get back, right? There will never be another August 10th, 2015. And you're seeing that despite the time and your efforts and investments and everything that you're doing to bring your goals, your objectives into reality, into fruition, it's not working. So I would say to you that if this is going on, the element that is missing is God. And before you dismiss what I'm saying by saying, but I heard that before, I believe in God. Wait. I'm not only saying believing in Him. I'm not only saying accepting He exists and praying to Him occasionally or very often, but I'm talking about actually learning how to get closer to Him. Because He did not design you to fail. He designed you to succeed. One of the first things He said to the human being was, have dominion over all things. It's like God created the earth and He wants to give His creation dominion over everything. You know, first of all, dominion over your life. You need to be in control. Your life cannot be what others tell you to do, depending on others, pleasing others, and letting people take advantage of you like an out-of-control life. That's not His plan. You know, no human being designs something thinking about, okay, I'm going to design this and invest time and money, and this is going to fail badly. No. If we human beings do not plan to develop something that will fail, let alone God. So if you're not succeeding right now, something is missing. And maybe I will not be able to tell you what it is throughout the hour that we have here together. But God is able to put you in the right direction. He can reveal to you what is missing. Should you only decide to get closer to Him, to give Him a chance, to talk to you. Okay, so if you want to do that, if you want help, support, information, why not give us a call? Let us guide you. 0207-686-6300. Our lines are open right now. We're going to talk now to Audrey Stapleton, someone who struggled with financial problems, health issues, severe health ones, and also problems in the relationship. She is going to share with us the secrets that led her to overcome these issues and become a successful human being. Let's see what she has to say.
Pushing me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
Good evening, Audrey. First of all, thank you for coming to Finding Answers.
Hello.
Okay, and tell us, what first health issues, right? You were mentioning to us before the program.
Yeah.
What was going on health-wise?
Before, I had just have really, really bad headaches, extremely bad headaches, bad backache, asthmatic. I used to have very, very bad nightmares. Really, really bad nightmares, and this was affecting me during the day. So I wasn't really sleeping well at night, and during the day was, not very well. So that was like one of the things that I had, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was one.
So tell us, were it like migraine headaches?
They were migraine headaches, but they didn't. Because when I went to the doctors, they said it was migraine. So even when I was given the tablets weren't working. Mm-hmm. And I remember specifically one time I travelled about 200 miles. I'd gone from London to Leeds. And I remember when I got there, I just felt really tired in my head. It was extraordinary. It's the point where I couldn't raise my head off the pillow. It was just so painful. And I kept having those headaches all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time, and seemed like they were getting worse and worse, and they weren't like your normal headache. Mm-hmm. It started off with a normal headache, but then it just got worse. So even now, I can't say to you, it was like a normal headache. Mm-hmm. It was almost like somebody had hit me in the back of my head and knocked me out, mm-hmm. and then there was this extreme pain.
And talk to us a little bit about also the backaches. How severe? In what way did it limit you?
Well, the backache. What happened with that was that when I was young, say from the age of 5 right up until maybe 17, I was very, very athletic, right? So I used to do a lot of gymnastics, a lot of running, like 100 metres, 200 metres. I was very, very athletic. And by the time I got to 21, it seemed to have affected my back. Mm-hmm. So although I could do all the normal things, but when I used to go to bed at night, it felt like my whole back mm-hmm. was out. It just felt like somebody had taken my back you know, from here to here, like they're taking it out, and it was so painful. So that was another reason why I couldn't sleep as well. So I was having these bad nightmares, because the nightmares I was having from a very young age, 6, 7, very, very young age. And I just lived with those nightmares. So it was like a normal thing for me.
They were not occasional. They were like
every single night.
Every
single night I would have these nightmares. And then on top of it I had the backache. But they were just, I was just living with it, because you know, like you just do, but it's just something, things happen to you, you can't take it, and then after you start living with it.
What did you try? I mean, obviously you must have tried something to get rid of these pains and the asthmatic problems. What did you try, and did it result?
Well, with the headaches, I was going to a hospital. They'd done tests. They'd done, you know, like you go underneath the
scans.
The scan,
right,
yeah. They couldn't find nothing. With my asthma was really bad. I was hospitalised quite a few times.
Yes?
Yeah, few times. But that was from a child. And because of the age that I am, the times when they had that kind of medication, the medication didn't work very well. And my dad used to use all kind of remedies which never really worked. So it was like the asthma, the headache. But the headache started when I was in my I think it's like my late 30s.
Yeah. How long did it all last altogether? How many years of your life did you spend sick?
Well, asthma from the age of 6, 7. The backache started when I was about 21. And then the headache started when I was around about my 30s, late 30s. Yeah. So the combination of that, and then plus the nightmares. And I think out of everything, the worst thing was like the nightmares. The nightmares were just like horrific.
Let us move on now to another area where you also mentioned that you had issues, finances.
Yeah, my finances were really bad. I'd work. I mean, I've always worked and had quite good jobs, but I could never manage my finances. I was always broke. Always broke. I mean, anybody who knows me, you know, would talk to me, Audrey, you know, can you lend me this? Can you lend me this? You know, I was always borrowing money from my mum, you know, from people, my cousin. I've got a cousin I'm quite close to. She was very, you know, helpful. But, you know, I was always broke.
And there was no explanation to that.
No.
It was good jobs, you made good money. Despite of that, you still were always in need.
Always broke.
Moving on now to another area where you also mentioned there were problems, relationships.
Well, because of the illnesses like the asthma, the headache, the bad nightmares, I'd say I wasn't a very nice person. I'd say I wasn't a nice person. A lot of people some people said they actually scared me because my temper was so bad, because everything was just affecting me. And it's almost like, why me kind of, you know, that kind of syndrome. And sometimes I'd be okay, but if something I wasn't happy about, then I would switch. And my temper was terrible, absolutely terrible. So because of that, it affected my relationship with, I say, virtually everybody. So even at work, I'd be fine. Something would happen, I'd switch. And I'd, you know, my mouth was really not very nice. So I'd like to swear, and I'd curse and carry on. And I was very dramatic, very, you know. And then once I'd calmed down, I'd start to cry, because I'd realised that I'd actually, you know, what I was doing wasn't right. But it affected all my relationships, you know, like personal relationship, with my children, probably my parents, you know, colleagues, friends. But luckily enough, these people who around me, they kind of understood me. They, you know.
But at the same time, they would see you as someone
a bit volatile,
very troubled, right?
Yeah, troubled, volatile.
And of course, this situation lasted for years. And tonight, you know, we're talking about breaking free. Did you at some point during those days thought, well, maybe there's no way out for me, this is the way it's going to be for the rest of my life?
That's how I felt. I felt, you know, I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand why all these things are happening. And I think that's what made me more angry. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there was times when I think, but why is this happening? Why? I just couldn't figure it out, and things were just getting worse and worse. And I just have like the worst bad luck, the worst bad. You know, it's like when I was going to work, sometimes I goes, "Oh, you never guess what happened to me." But you know, it was like, you know, if something bad was going to happen, it was going to happen to Audrey. Do you know what I mean? It was that kind of thing, and I almost expected it.
You're almost like a magnet of bad things.
Yeah,
Something could possibly go wrong, it would be with you.
Yeah.
But today, this is no longer happening.
No.
Right?
No.
Very good. And you are going to tell us very soon what did you do to change these terrible things that were happening to you, okay?
Yeah.
But in the meantime, if you identify yourself with her story, maybe that's exactly how you feel, that things have been like this for you, this bad for so long, that it's difficult for you to really believe that you can be happy. But I say to you, you can. You can, because if you're still alive, then you can change. We cannot change what is dead. But if you're still alive, it is possible for you to change. And how to do it is what we're going to be discussing after the break. However, you can still prepare a glass with water should you want to participate of a prayer we are going to do on your behalf towards the end of the program. And remember, you can still call us. Do you need a prayer for your loved one? Do you have a loved one that is going through a trouble right now, a big one, maybe something concerning the law, terrible pain, incurable diseases, you feel that you are under attack, problems are bombarding you all over? 0207 686 6300. Give us a call, speak to one of our advisors. You can speak to us on the air should you want to do this. Okay, so just connect and we'll be here to help. Let's go to this break, and when we come back, Audrey will tell us what she did to overcome the situation, to turn things around.
The pursuit of happiness. What will make you happy? Success? Fame? New shoes? Financial security? Love? Education? Independence? Family? Sometimes in the pursuit of things we think will bring us happiness, sometimes we fail to see that we aren't happy, or we never find it. We live in a world of people. Rather than pursue things to make you happy, what if we all worked to make each other happy? Wouldn't we all be happier?
The UCKG Helpline Call Centre is open 24 hours a day, every day of the week, all year round. If you need help due to a serious problem you may be going through, if you feel that you have nowhere to turn to and desperately need someone to lend a listening ear, then we can help you. It doesn't matter who you are or what you have done, your religion or race, your call will be answered by someone who genuinely cares about you and has your best interests at heart. We also arrange home visits for the housebound and hospital visits for anyone in great need of kindly human contact. Whether it is simply information you want or desperately need someone to talk to, we're here for you on 0207 686 6000.
Welcome back to Finding Answers. Tonight we're talking about, can you break free? And of course you can, from whatever negative situation you might be going through right now. Audrey here, she had constant nightmares every night, you said, right?
Yeah.
Terrible things.
Yeah.
Unusual constant headaches that you didn't feel were natural. Chronic backaches, chronic asthma, to the point you had to be hospitalized. Also financial failure despite holding a good job, and problem, of course, as a result of all that in your relationship, right? Tell us, Audrey, what was the first step in the right direction? When was it that you saw the beginning of the positive change?
Well, for me, it was when I realised that God could actually help me by using my faith. You know, I'd always heard about faith, but when it was actually explained to me how you can use your faith and how to put God to the test, you know, that's when I started to see results. And I think the first result the first result I saw was the headache, and the backache sort of disappeared.
Yes.
You know, it just disappeared. And I actually didn't realise, because I was so busy focusing on my financial life, I hadn't realised that the backache and the headache had gone.
So you're talking about one thing, learning how to use the power of faith. You have heard about faith before, but you had never learned how to use it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's very important, because the problems you had, it's important for people to understand. She had spiritual problems. What do we call a spiritual problem? A problem that is the work of a negative spiritual force. Open the Bible, especially the Gospels, and you are going to see that confronting negative spiritual forces was something that Jesus Christ did on a daily basis. There were people who suffered from different problems, situations to the point of mental, that affected the mind, that affected the body, the health, the love life. And behind these problems were evil spirits. Evidently, I am not saying that every problem is spiritual, that every problem is the result of the work of a negative force, but you can clearly see that something was wrong, abnormally wrong with you. Because to have a nightmare every once in a while, I mean, everyone may have one, right?
Yeah.
Especially if people are watching too much horror movies. But that wasn't the case with you. It was every night.
Yeah.
So this is not normal, absolutely not. These constant headaches that could not even be diagnosed, no one could tell you exactly what it was. So when you put together all these symptoms, you could call it symptoms, you know, something is always going wrong for you, no matter what you do. So you know that there's a negative force attacking you. And therefore, one thing that faith teaches you, biblical faith, faith in God, is just like Jesus did, you can fight back. And I believe that's something that you had to learn.
Yes, I did.
How to fight back these negative forces.
Yes, I did.
Did that play a big role in the positive change that you've seen?
It did, massively, because when the dream stopped, that was like it was like a relief.
Oh, I can imagine.
Absolutely, it was an absolute, because from having nightmares from the age of, I think it was about 6, because I remember, even to this day, I don't know if you mind me saying how old I am, but to this day, I was about 6 years old, and I remember the dream of falling down the stairs. I was in the bed and I was falling down the stairs and then wake up, and I used to have that constantly. These sort of dreams, it was just horrific. But what happened was, because of the years, I just lived with them. It was like knowing that I was going to have a bad dream.
Yeah, they almost became a part of your life.
That's right.
That's the problem. People sometimes have problems for so long that are unresolved that it almost becomes like a part of who they are. But we don't have to settle for this kind of life.
So
right?
that was one of the greatest things that were, you know, I used my faith, that went completely.
So it stopped.
It stopped completely.
Right? Because before was, when you dreamt, I mean, when you slept, you had nightmares every night. When you woke up, your real life was also a nightmare.
Yeah.
So there was a constant nightmare there, asleep or awake, right? So at least the ones that you had while you were asleep, they stopped.
Yeah.
When you learn how to use your faith.
Yeah.
Also, you mentioned the back aches, the headaches, they stopped.
Yes.
What about the asthma?
The asthma went, but that took a while. But I think because, like the nightmares, it was because it's been I was 7 years old. So even though I would say it's gone, it was like, has it gone? Has it, you know, so, but then now it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Tell us about the financial situation.
Well, the financial situation, I learned how to use my faith, but also be sensible. Be sensible and not be spendthrift, because I think that was part of my problem as well. I wasn't using my money correctly, if you see what I mean. I used to like to buy a lot of things and wonder why I was broke, and it was like, you know, I think I was what do you call it? The person that likes to spend a lot of money. One of those kind of, you know. So that I learned not to be so just keep spending money. So now I'm fine. I know how to manage my money a lot better. Financial is a lot better. And the other thing is because I've changed my career as well, because that was another thing. I was stuck in my career. I was in a particular career for 17 years, is what I studied for, but I learned it inside out. But then I wanted to break free from that, and through having faith, I'm now in a different career. I've been there for 11 years and I really, really love it.
Happier now.
Yeah, absolutely love my job. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Relationships are a lot better. I have great relationships with my children, great relationships with other people. I didn't mention it before, but because I was a very bitter person as well, very bitter and very hurt. Now I forgive quite easily. I can talk to those people quite, have good conversation, great conversations, laugh with those people,
So by learning how to use the power of faith, getting close to your God, I believe that you learned all that by also getting in touch with the right people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
With the right influence. Did you have pastors, people who mentored you?
Yes, definitely. Great people who took care of me, really took care of me. It was, it's almost like my family. I haven't got a problem, I can go to them and, they give you really, really good advice, very good advice. And what I liked was, because I said like my personality was not a good personality, not many people wanted to talk to me, but I remember one particular pastor, he stuck with me. He stuck me through thin and thin. He said to me, Audrey, after the service, I want to speak to you. And sometimes I was quite rude to him. This is when I first used to meet with him. I was quite rude to him. But then I realised how rude I was and I calmed down. And he was very good. And I think that for me, because he saw something in me that I didn't actually mean it. And not many people noticed that in me. He knew that I didn't mean it, and then he worked with me.
Believed that you could change.
Yeah, believe that I can change. And those are the words he used. You can change, things can change, and I stuck with it.
And that made all the difference for you.
Yeah, for each subject. But I think it was more me. I had to change what was inside me, the horrible, disgusting things that were inside of me. He helped me so much, and also other people, other pastors, other assistants, they really, really helped me. And then I realised that I needed to have a better relationship with God, myself. So then I started having a good relationship with God. And I believe I've got a great relationship with God now, and I can do things of God now. And I always remember the conversation I had with bishops and pastors, assistants, where when I was down, those words come back to me, like, hold my head up, you can make it,
You broke free.
Yes, yeah.
So if Audrey broke free, so can you, dear friend. And why not start right now by believing that things can change, by actually taking a step forward. Give yourself this chance. You deserve, this chance. Give yourself this. Only you can. The first move is from you. The rest is with God. Take one step and you are going to see how He will encourage you, guide you. All you need to do is to believe. 0207-686-6300. We are still here taking calls. Give us a call, reach out. We're going to go to a break. By the time we come back, Bishop Jean will be with us also sharing practical advice. We're going to be praying for you, so please don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
She told me, you are beautiful. I love you. Say again. You are beautiful.
Your destination. A destination that's not defined by your circumstances, by what's happening to you now, by what happened to you in the past.
So today was my first time and I absolutely loved it.
Come and see. They need to come and really test it.
You are a warrior, and we need these qualities that you have to come and defend our household.
Just a big eye opener on how positive changes will make such a big difference in all that I do. So, yeah.
What captured me was the title, The Inner Healing, because I've been going through a lot in my life and I've overcome them, but there were things that I needed to deal with that were deep down on the inside. And it was the inner healing that captured my thoughts, and I was intrigued to find out what was going on.
You get what you give out.
Women need this. Women need a meeting like this.
Hiding in my skin, broken from within, unveil me completely. I'm loosening my grasp. There's no need to mask my frailty, 'cause you see the real me.
Follow My Channel's updates on Facebook. Like your favourite videos and see pictures of your favourite artists. Access our Twitter @MyChannelUK and get to know what's on with My Channel. Visit tvmychannel.com and be connected to our world. My Channel, a whole new world of entertainment.
Welcome back. This is Finding Answers, and tonight we're talking about, can you break free? And we have shown here stories, including the live guest who was with us tonight, who shared with us how she was able to overcome severe physical issues, financial problems, different kinds of problems. Question is, can you break free? Answer is yes, but only if you believe. We have with us tonight Bishop Jean. Good evening, Bishop.
Good evening, how are you?
Fine, fine, thanks for asking, Bishop. It's possible for people to break free, but it's not only enough for us to say, right, Bishop? I believe the first step is the person to internalize this, to make this a belief. I can change, I can break free from this and put my life on a different path. Do you agree?
Yes, I do indeed. And it's important that our viewers understand. You were saying something in the beginning of the program, it was a decision. A person needs to have a decision, to make a decision. I want to change, I want to break free, I don't want to live like this. Like, for example, many people suffer the same problems that their parents used to suffer from before, right? So in our line of work, we see a lot of people, we counsel, we advise a lot of people. They come to us saying, the same problems that my folks used to have, my parents, my grandparents, I now have. Be it an addiction, be it depression, be it a habit or an attitude. Like our guest said that she had a very strong attitude. And yes, this can be something that is inherited from our parents, okay? But yes, it is possible to break free, but it starts with you. You see, if you cannot do this alone, if you cannot do this on your own, you need to ask for help. You need to, look for people that can really help you, because this is the first step, admitting, accepting alone I can't. And when people do that, they can indeed break free. They can find a way out of any situation, anything that makes you feel trapped in, you can break free. When you look for help, when you seek the help that you need, you will be able to break free indeed.
And maybe that's the first mold to be broken, as you're saying, to decide that you who are watching us, that you need help, to break the mold of, I don't want to say the word pride because it's a very strong word, but maybe it is pride. Or maybe, you want to come across that you are this tough cookie, but maybe inside you are the cookie that is crumbling. So, as Bishop Jean is advising, decide, believe that, with the help, with the guidance, with the support, the right support, you can also break free. We are coming to the end of tonight's program, but we are going to join us in prayer. Bishop, could you be the one to make the prayer tonight to help our viewers?
Sure, indeed. And I would like you to prepare a glass of water, if you may, because we'll be praying and bless this water so you can drink together. And I'm sure you will feel an immediate relief and you will have a blessed night's sleep tonight.
Very good. So,
prepare now for the moment of prayer. If you would like us to make a prayer for your health and general well-being, send your name and prayer request to help@findinganswers.tv.
My Lord and my Father, in the name of your Son, our Savior Jesus Christ, we enter your presence in this moment of prayer to present to you all our viewers that are praying with us right now. No matter where this person is in this moment, whether at work or at home or watching us from a bed of a hospital, no matter where, I ask you, Lord, that your power may reach him or reach her out to bring healing, to bring deliverance, to bring salvation, and yes, to help this person to break free. Lord God, consecrate this water. Let there be healing. Let there be your anointing in this water. Let there be immediate relief, principally for those who have tough times sleeping at night. They suffer from depression. They have sleeping problems. They need to have a pill in order to sleep. Let this person have a blessed sleep tonight and give this person the strength to look for help tomorrow and find it through faith, because by faith all things are possible. We bless this water in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen. You may now drink your water.
Well, this is it for tonight. I just want to remind you that our phone lines will still be open for a little while. Should you still want to speak to someone, or our support 0207-686-6300. It was a pleasure being with you tonight. God bless you. Till tomorrow, good night.